It became one of the many iconic images of September 11th. President George W. Bush's chief of staff, Andy Card, whispering the news in the president's ear that a second plane hit the World Trade Center. It took place right here in the Bay Area at Emma E. Booker Elementary School in Sarasota.
You could really see in the president's eyes him
tension,
processing
yes,
what he had just been told. Fox 13's Jennifer Holton spoke with the president's former chief of staff and the Fox 13 news reporter who was on the ground there in Sarasota 20 years ago.
Hours before America changed forever, Andy Card remembers the start of that Tuesday, September morning, like everyone. Blue skies and the sun shining.
It was a perfect day. When I stepped outside, when the sun came up, it was just like a perfect day.
The chief of staff to President George W. Bush was in Sarasota with a class of students at Emma E. Booker Elementary School. Card was breaking down the morning to the president.
And you're going to read a book with second graders. It's your favorite topic, leaving no child behind in education. And it'll be an easy day.
At Fox 13, now retired reporter Brian Goff was on his way to cover it.
We've covered presidential visits before. It's all tightly scripted. It was neat, though, because it was a presidential visit, and Mr. Bush was the president. So it was kind of cool to be there, and there we were. And little did we know what was to come.
I'm standing at the door to the classroom with the principal, and the principal and the president and I was standing there when a Navy captain by the name of Deb Lauer came up to the president and said, "Sir, it appears a small twin-engine prop plane crashed into one of the towers at the World Trade Center in New York City." The principal, the president, and I all had the same reaction. "Oh, what a horrible accident. The pilot must have had a heart attack or something."
Moments later, after the president was already seated with the students, Card would learn it was a commercial airliner.
Captain Lauer came up to me and said, "Oh my God, another plane hit the other tower at the World Trade Center."
And then this unforgettable moment.
As the students were reaching under their desks, that's when I walked up to the president and leaned over and whispered into his right ear, "A second plane hit the second tower. America is under attack." I then stood back from him so he couldn't ask me a question.
The president's demeanor changed right away. You could see that on TV. And everybody in the room where I was said, "Ooh, look at this. What's happening? Something's happening." Because remember, I said everything is very tightly scripted. That wasn't in the script.
Within minutes, Goff says the chatter was to get to a TV, and that's when he saw the towers burning.
We were astounded. And then off to work we go, because this was history in the making, you know.
Bush would soon leave the classroom, then give a speech before quickly departing on Air Force One. Card says to this day, it was that moment where Bush became president.
I honestly believe that was the moment he realized what the job of President of the United States is. It's not about your personal agenda. It's about keeping your oath of office. Preserve, protect, and defend.
Jennifer Holton, Fox 13 News.
Just remarkable to hear that perspective. Andy Card says after the second plane hit the towers, the letters UBL flashed through his mind, referring to Osama bin Laden. It would be another 4 years before the al-Qaeda leader admitted he planned the attacks.